Getting to the weather, and as we see hot temperatures here in Charlotte, one of the hottest places in the U.S. could beat its own record highs. Feels like temperatures in Death Valley could reach 130 degrees today. The current world all-time hottest temp ever recorded is in Death Valley at 134 degrees. This was set on July 10th back in 1913. Heat warnings are in place across the Southwest. Getting a check on the weather in our area, and we are dealing with the heat as well and some storms popping up. This is a live look over Gaston County this evening. Heat advisories are in effect around our area for the next couple of hours, with temperatures feeling like they are above 100 degrees. Here's meteorologist Andrew Brightman. Andrew, we're also seeing some rain pop up in our area this evening.
Yeah, all the places that are under the heat advisories actually, Robin, are seeing all the wet weather right now, which is bringing some much needed relief, even though we are seeing quite a few thunderstorms, and one of those places seeing some of the off and on thunderstorms has been right here in the QC, and likely to see a little bit more on the way here as we head into the evening hours. So that's one shot of uptown as we go from West Charlotte. Let's go to the eastern part of town, Independence Boulevard. You can't even really see the buildings here off in the distance. We've been seeing a lot of thunderstorm activity. Also, the wind's been picking up here. Basically everywhere east of the QC has been seeing a lot of shower and storm activity. You can see it kind of highlight here with temperatures across North and South Carolina. It's 95 in Spartanburg, but down the road, and what you would think would be warmer here as you head farther to the south and east, but actually Columbia is only at 79 because of all the thunderstorm activity you've been seeing. Also 95 in Greensboro, 94 in Raleigh, 86 here in Charlotte. Pinpoint satellite and radar, you can see actually some severe weather moving up into the Raleigh-Durham area, but fortunately for us here across the central Carolinas, it's just been mainly rain, thunderstorm activity, non-severe. I think we've had one severe thunderstorm warning so far this evening, but a lot of lightning popping up just to the south and east of uptown Charlotte, and that looks to continue here at least for the next few hours. We zoom out, this is part of a frontal boundary that has stalled out across the Carolinas. Really not going to be moving all that much over the next couple of days. Let's get Futurecast in motion here as we go through the evening. You can see the off and on thunderstorms continuing. 9:30. By about midnight or so, it should start to taper off. We lose that daytime heating, that trigger for some of the instability and storms across the region. We head into your Sunday morning, though. I'll promise you one thing. It's coming back as we head throughout the day. Anytime after really, I'd say noon, expect rain and thunderstorms to develop all across the central Carolinas. Continue throughout the rest of the day into the evening hours. But this is beneficial wet weather. We need it. It's been very dry here over the past few weeks. And also the good news is we're not really expecting much in the way of severe weather. Could we see an isolated severe storm tomorrow? Sure, but it's not going to be a major event in terms of strong and severe weather across the Carolinas. The rain, the thunderstorms, they continue all the way into the evening hours before starting to taper off. And guess what? Could see even more on the way as we head into early next week on your Monday. Out in the tropics, we are watching Beryl. The question is, how strong will this storm get before it makes landfall, and exactly where will that landfall be? This storm is 385 miles southeast of Corpus Christi, Texas, and that's going to be pretty close where we see a landfall. Latest track here from the National Hurricane Center does show a landfall pretty close, maybe just to the north and east of Corpus Christi as a 85-mile-per-hour hurricane. We do expect this storm to re-intensify into Hurricane Beryl before making landfall probably at some point just after midnight Monday morning. Back here in the Carolinas, backyard grilling forecast. Yeah, going to be a little on the stormy side. Not going to be the greatest night. If you want to do some backyard grilling here, we got some leftover hot dogs from your 4th of July. Overnight lows, not cooling down all that much. I wish I had better news. The AC is running all night long down to 75 in Charlotte, low 70s up in the foothills. And as we finish up in the mountains, upper 50s and low to mid 60s. Wind chill wiper forecast tomorrow. Yeah, there's more coming, especially anytime from lunch to about 6 o'clock tomorrow. That is going to be the prime time frame for scattered rain and thunderstorms across the Carolinas. Middle 80s up in the foothills. Temperatures struggling to get to the 90-degree mark. I'm not even 100% sure we'll get there, but going to be right around the upper 80s to around 90. Pinpoint 7-day forecast. There is a lot of active weather for the Carolinas over the next 5 to 7 days. That's one of the reasons our temperatures are going to be trending at least a little bit cooler. A lot of upper 80s and low 90s versus the upper 90s, even hundreds that we've seen over the past few days.